Hello everybody, I'm going to be ranking the Marvel Rivals ultimate abilities from S to F tier. I reached Grandmaster 1 in Season 1, so I have a tier list right here, going from S, A, B, C, D, F. You may have seen like Flats do something like this. I haven't watched his videos, but I've seen them pop up on my feed. You know, this is not an original idea. But like I said, I haven't watched any tier list videos, so I don't know what other people are saying about ultimate abilities, and you might completely disagree with me. That's fine, this is just my opinion. I climbed to Grandmaster 1 as mainly support, so from the backline I was watching all these abilities popping off and how effective they were. So for this tier list, we're just gonna completely assume that you have just the optimal player, right? You don't have just some dumbass just, you know, throwing out like a Magneto ult for no goddamn reason. We're gonna pretend that these are used in a picture-perfect scenario. So here I have them in order of what you would see in the character select screen. So we're gonna start off with Hulk. His ultimate is just, everybody knows, you know, Hulk out even more and take some extra steroids, and then you can do the Loki smash thing. So I'm going to give him, it can do damage and scare the other team a little bit, but it's not amazing. So I'll give it like a B tier, only because you can't team wipe with this, you know? Yeah, so it's not bad, but it's not the best. Let's move on to Strange. So Strange is an interesting one because he can basically immobilize the whole team if you do this correctly. But there are a lot of counters to this, like any walls, Groot Wall, Emma Frost now, another Strange, Magneto, and then you have all the stuns, right? So you have like Luna, Penny, Mantis. So because of all the cons, I want to give him an A tier, but I'm also gonna put him in B. Just because there's so many ways to counter him now, it's kind of messed up. Like even Wolverine can just snatch this dude up if you do it right. So let's do Captain America. They buffed Cap's ultimate a little bit, I think. I might be wrong. The idea is that the whole team should follow behind him in his trail because they get like healing, but it doesn't work that well, and nobody ever follows right behind him, and the Cap is usually running around in the other team's backline. So I'm gonna give him like D tier. It's really not great. Groot's ultimate is pretty good. Again, you can immobilize the whole team, and there's not too many counters to it. And if you have it set up right, you can insta-kill squishies. So like, you know, people like Jeff or Luna, like you can set up walls right next to where you're about to ult. You throw your E down, I think, or whatever it is, his shift ability, and then do huge damage. Take out any of the supports with that. So I'm gonna give that an A tier. Venom's ultimate is kind of weird. He like goes underground, and then you can still damage him when he's in that state, even though he gets bonus health. So when you come up from the ground, he does like a bite, and it doesn't really do that much damage. I've never really seen anybody like, get a kill with it. It's kind of a weird thing to disrupt the other team, but you're not really gonna you're not gonna make a huge play with it. So I kind of want to give it like an F tier. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad ult, in my opinion. So Magneto, it is completely scenario based. So by itself, if the other team is just doing basic things, you're never gonna pop this. You might go a whole round in domination without using a Magneto ult, but it's a good thing, because if you have like a Mantis or like a Luna or a Invis Woman or Cloak and Dagger, any of their ultimate abilities, you can shut them down. So because of that, I'm gonna give him an S tier. So for Thor, they did buff his ultimate, and because he's like a dive tank, he's going to be in the back line. So his ultimate isn't going to be doing too much damage to like other tanks, but any of the squishies, like if you are right on top of them, like you can definitely get a kill with this. So I'm going to give this A tier. It's definitely up there. So now we have Penny. Her ult is strange. It covers the map in her spider bombs, and it knocks up enemies and does good damage. So you can get kills with the knock up. At the same time, it leaves you kind of vulnerable. You can get stunned. You take a lot of damage while you're ulting because the other team sees you as a threat. You're literally in their backline. And you can use it defensively, but it's mainly used offensively. So I'm gonna give this a B tier, just because you're not making huge plays. Like you're not making a game-changing play. You might go into the back line and kill a support, but yeah, that's about it with her. So the Thing is another like full team CC. You can stun a whole team if you hit this right, and I would put it into S tier because of that, but it is so easy to stun him in this ult. Penny, for example, Penny can web him up and then his ult's gone. So because of that, I'm gonna drop him down to A tier, but it's still a really good ultimate ability. He's not like vulnerable. He has the most health in the game, so it's okay to stand right in front of the other team and use it. So Emma Frost, she just came out like what, 2 weeks ago by the time I'm making this video. Her ultimate is interesting. So you can immobilize the enemy team and make them walk towards you, but they have to be in your window for like 3 seconds or something like that, which if they get behind a wall or if there's a shield, it's kind of just like it doesn't work, it doesn't do anything. It does do damage to them, and I think it might do more damage the closer you are to Emma, but I'm not sure about that. You know, some people might be mad about this, but I'm gonna put it into C tier. I don't think it's that great of an ultimate. It can work. You can do good plays with it, but chances are you're gonna get countered somehow. So now we have Punisher. Punisher is one of those ultimate abilities where you hear Judge, Jury, Executioner, and everybody stops what they're doing and just like figures out where the fuck this guy is. Because if you're in his line of sight, you're done. Especially if you're a tank. He shreds tanks with this. Like, you don't want to be anywhere near him. No fucking shield, no amount of fucking health will save you. Like, he deletes the Thing, right? So he does get severely slowed down when he's using his ult, but he also can't be CC'd, and he also can't be eaten by Jeff, which is an interesting thing. So I'm gonna give him an S tier. People might disagree with this, but in my opinion, he's S, definitely. Storm. So with Human Torch, this would be S+. It's just ridiculous. But we're not doing team ups today. So she can go into her ult and then just kind of move into the backline and do a shitload of damage. Yeah, she's kind of like vulnerable, but I've never seen a Storm get killed while ulting. She gets like 300 bonus health or something like that. The only problem is if you don't like get yourself back to your team before your ult ends, you're sitting in the enemy backline and then you're dead. But we're assuming that we have an optimal, like, high quality player who understands what they're doing. So because of that, I'm gonna give it an S. I think a lot of people would agree with that. But like I said, like the Human Torch, that would be S+ all the way. So now we have fucking Hawkeye. So Hawkeye's ult is cool because you can like hit the shadows of like where people were, and it also gives you that like 100% Hawkeye meter, so it's like critical damage, and you can just lay down headshots like on somebody who had already walked away. So I'm also gonna give this S tier because we're assuming you have a perfect like Hawkeye who has just amazing aim and can like, you could easily get a team wipe with this ultimate if you were in like the right situation. So next is Hela. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It does a lot of damage. You can destroy fucking supports pretty easily with her. But the main counter to Hela ult is, I swear every time I play Hela and I ult, you have a Strange up in your face just like fucking shielding you. So I feel like 80% of the time you have a Strange in a game. So I'm just gonna give her like B tier. Black Panther. So Black Panther gets this giant Black Panther and throws it at whoever's in front of him, right? And then it gives you extra Vibranium mark on those opponents, so you can do your dash combo and then you ult them and then you get another dash. So it's like an additional step to your combo. It's basically one hitting anybody you land if you do the full combo, but by itself it's not great. Like if you're just gonna walk into the team and just throw out ult, nothing's gonna happen. Like no support is gonna die. You're just gonna get killed. It's gonna be terrible. So because of that, I'm putting him in F. It's just the ultimate itself is bad. It's really bad. Magic is interesting because buffs her pre-existing moveset and extra damage and maybe even bonus health. But besides that, it doesn't do too much. Because of that, I'm just gonna throw it in D tier. If you just hard focused the thing, I don't think you'd be able to kill him. Now we have Moon Knight. So they buffed-ish the Moon Knight ultimate. It's a wider range now. It's kind of hard to like get away from it. If your character doesn't really have mobility, like Bucky for example, like if you used your shift already and it's on cooldown and then the moon haunts you, like you're done. There's not much you can do there, especially if you're right in the middle. Sometimes you can walk out of it, but most times you can't. Because of that, I'll throw it in A tier. I think it's a good ult because it's so ranged. You can really disrupt the enemy backline. So now we have Squirrel Girl. I think they buffed her ult where it like auto aims now. It like will bounce off a wall and go straight towards you. But besides that, it's kind of hard to control and it can fall off the map. It's also hard to destroy. It does have a health bar. It has a health pool, but it's moving so fast and changing direction so much that it's hard to hit. And some people, like melee characters, can't destroy that. So I'll put it in B tier. It doesn't matter how good you are at her, like it's kind of random. So now we have Black Widow. So hers is the plasma pulse thing, and it like switches your gun to like first person mode and you charge up this like one shot thing. I think it leaves like plasma shit on the fucking ground. I think it does a little bit of damage if you walk over it, but like not a noticeable amount. You kind of have to pick one person who you're gonna use it on, and then that's it. Like I've never seen a Black Widow get like a double kill with this ultimate. Because of that, I'm gonna throw her in F tier. I really don't think I just don't think it's there. I don't think like the damage radius is enough. It takes like 3 to 5 seconds to charge it all the way up. So now we have Iron Man. I started this game as an Iron Man main. In lower elos, it's a really good ultimate, right? Because you just like will shoot that shit out and the whole fucking team dies. Like it's crazy. But as you get into like Platinum, Diamond, Grandmaster, you're gonna find a place to throw that ultimate down. You're most likely to get killed or CC'd when you're sitting there in the air, because it takes like 2 seconds for it to pop off. It's pretty easy to counter. You have the Magneto, who can just eat that shit, right? You have Strange, whose shield can also absorb it, but it'll still do damage anywhere in front of him. And then worst of all, I've had this happen. I had a Captain America look straight at me while I was ulting, and he fucking bounced it back at me in the air, and it killed me. So I'm gonna throw it into D tier. I love Iron Man, I love playing him, but it's not there. If you could pop it immediately, it would jump straight up to A or S. So Spider-Man. Spider-Man can just be wherever he wants to be on the map at all times. His ultimate is ridiculous. Like, you can just jump straight into the enemy team and just click Q or whatever you play on controller, whatever you click on controller, and you just stun everybody. And there's no stopping him, and it does so much damage. I don't even see a reason to put it below S. Like, there's nothing about it that it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. So Scarlet Witch. Obviously, we've all seen, a Scarlet Witch or two in low elos just kill the entire team. I've done it myself. You've probably done it. But as you get into ranked and, higher elos and ranked, people are aware that you're charging ult up for like 8 seconds, and it's hard because she moves so slow, and you want to stay behind cover. Flying around a corner when you're ulting is like running a fucking mile. Like, it takes forever, and everybody knows where you are because there's the big exclamation point on their screen. Honestly, it's between these two. I'm gonna put it in D just because of the amount of damage it does. It can kill anybody, immediately. So it's just ridiculous. I think the only person who can survive is the Thing, maybe. So Bucky, you can either do nothing with this, or you can kill the entire team 5 times over. Since we're assuming that this is a high-level, competent Bucky player, this is going into S tier. Star-Lord. So Star-Lord is obviously good. You can't argue with that. It's auto-aim, right? The whole team is aware that you're ulting, and they're gonna do everything in their power to stop it. So you're gonna get shields from Strange and Magneto, and then the supports are gonna be hiding immediately, right? Invis is gonna go invisible, fucking Jeff is gonna run away. Besides that, there's not much that you can counter him with. I've never seen a Star-Lord get stunned while he's ulting, because he's usually so far away, so high up in the air, that it's hard to hit any of these stuns pretty accurately. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. I don't think he's S tier ultimate, but you might disagree. Let me know in the comments. So next we have Namor. If you catch an Invis woman in the middle of your ultimate, you are going to kill them. They die. I know from experience. It also stuns anybody in that vicinity. If it's a squishy, they're dead. They die. It does a lot of damage. It also has crazy range, and you can pop it immediately. I'm gonna give it a tier for that. It's really good. It's a really good ult. So Psylocke is one of those interesting ones. You can pop ult in the enemy backline, but you can't decide who you're hitting or when, right? You are just going to bounce back and forth between everybody that is in your radius, which is a big radius, right? It's a big ult. So if you end up hitting tanks, you're wasting a shot, and you can't really control that. So if you catch somebody alone, you're gonna kill them. But if you catch like 2 supports and then like 2 tanks, you might not kill anybody. It can be really good or it can be really bad. I'll throw it in C tier. I think it's a C tier ult. It doesn't matter how good you are at Psylocke, if there's a tank in your radius, like, they're slowing you down on the damage. Now we have Wolverine. This dude has a weird ult. He brings everybody up into the air, and then he, like, picks a direction. He can, like, pick, like, one person to bring with him, and then he just flies, right? So what you can do is you can, like, pick people up and, like, fly towards your fucking backline, right? And then you beat the shit out of them, right? It's not guaranteed that you are getting a kill. Yeah, like, it's good. It can disrupt the enemy's flow, but I'm gonna put it in D tier. I don't think it's that good. Okay, so next is Iron Fist. He gets a shitload of bonus health, and he also does a fuckload of damage. You can set yourself up for some good damage. I've seen a lot of Iron Fists like fuck shit up with him. In my opinion, I think he's about B tier. You know, he's good. He has a good ult, but it's not the best. So moving on, we have Mr. Fantastic. Immediately, right off the bat, I hate this ult. F tier. I'll tell you why. You can get 3 bounces, right? I think you can get up to 6 or 5 if you hit people. The problem is, it is so goddamn hard to aim that you are all over the place. If you want to, like, land on the same spot 6 times in a row, you can't. It's not possible. You're gonna be, you know, going left and right. You'll get like 1 or 2 kills with this, maybe 2, but yeah, it's just not there for him. So now, Human Torch. It's okay. I don't, like, it's okay. Okay! It's not, I don't want to include team ups, so we're not including the Storm team up. With that, it's fucking amazing, but by itself, you only get 4 tornadoes on the map. And people just, all they have to do is just not stand in the fucking tornado. Like, it's not like it moves. Like, when I saw the trailer for him, I thought the tornadoes were gonna, like, move around, you know what I mean? I thought they were gonna, like, go in circles or something, but no, they just stand in one spot. He gets, like, bonus health or something. I don't know. I was gonna give him C, but he's somewhere down here, man. He's really not, you know, it's pretty bad. I'll give it D tier because you can do good damage, and, like, something you can do is, like, you can trap people. Since you have 4, you could make, like, a square around them, and then they're fucked. Loki. S tier. Definitely S tier. Like I said, we're talking about somebody who knows what they're doing. They're competent, right? If you know how to use every single ult in the game, you have every ult in the game, or you have at least 11 of them, right? So it is super situational. At the same time, you can take advantage of any situation. That goes for every fucking character. Everybody has a counter, and everybody has multiple counters, and he can take advantage of all of them. S tier, all the way. Mantis. Mantis is good. It's a good ult. It does pretty good healing, and it allows you, unlike Luna, it allows you to use your abilities while you're ulting. Because it's a support ult, it's gonna be above C tier. I think I'm gonna give it a B. It's good. You're healing your team, yeah, but if your team isn't doing anything, like, you know, what are you gonna do? But actually, because you can still use your abilities, I'm gonna put it in A tier. So now we have Rocket. Everybody thought his ultimate in season 1 was F tier. It was literally a meme, like, thank God for the amplifier. But now it heals you, or at least it gives you bonus health. And that's huge, because it actually is a support ult now. Yeah, the damage is less, but it's this giant radius, right? It is a game changer now. I'm going to give it an A tier. So Cloak and Dagger ult. This is one of my mains, and she and he is the reason that I was able to climb. And I think everybody uses her ultimate, their ultimate wrong, right? Everybody thinks that, oh, you have to fucking heal your team with this and like, you know, whatever. No, you don't. You can, if you're like pushing the mission vehicle, right? You can go past the vehicle into the enemy team, and they all have to back up now. Or if you're on domination, right, and you're fighting over the point, you can just go around the point or like inside the whole point, and now none of the enemy team is going to stand in there. Your entire team is going to stand in there, and then you capture the point. I'm giving this an S tier. I understand that Magneto can kill you, and that's why he's an S tier. But at the same time, since I've been doing this for so long, it's so easy to avoid. Like, if you know the other team has Magneto, you know he's been holding ult all game for you, you set yourself up so that you go behind a wall on your fourth dash. So they sped up. It used to be like 1.5 seconds in between dashes. So you were kind of a sitting duck. Now it's like 0.5 seconds. So the Magnetos have to wait till your last dash. There's no Magneto that is hitting you on your, first, second, or third dash, right? They have to wait. And if you know where they are, you're on your third dash and you hear the Magneto ult, right? You should have already set up like a wall or like a room that you were gonna put yourself in on that fourth, like that last dash. And because of that, you're S tier. You're S tier if you do that. Luna. This is an okay one. It's like very similar to the Mantis ult. It does more healing, I think. Basically, everybody's invincible. But at the same time, she doesn't have the ability to use her abilities while she's ulting. I'll give it a C tier for that. It also has a smaller radius, and I think it doesn't last as long. So yeah, C tier is where she belongs. Adam Warlock, highly, highly, highly situational. You can either like pick one or two people to revive, or you can, if somehow your whole team gets wiped and you weren't there for some reason, you can res the whole team, and we've all seen clips of that, but it never happens. You can also use it defensively where like the enemy team is popping ults, like I'm gonna ult, right? I'm pretty sure you can revive yourself with him. So because of all that, I'll give it a B tier. It's good, but he's basically just using Rocket's E most of the time when he reses like one person. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's okay. We're down to the last two. Jeff. People don't use the Jeff ult to its fullest extent. If you know that Hulk, right? If he's popping ult, you can eat your team to defend them and heal them up or whatever, right? Or Penny, if she's like ulting the entire map, you can ult. You can eat up your team and prevent them from taking any damage. And even if you die, they're all okay and healed up, and they all pop out and they're ready to go. But if you use him effectively, like you can eat up, half of your team and half of their team, heal up your team, damage their team, and then fucking throw their team off the map. And now now it's a fucking 6v3, right? So I want to give him an A tier. He's got a really good ult. It's really fucking good. The only problem is that it shows the radius that you're about to eat, for like a second and a half, 2 seconds. So it's easy for people to get out of that. Invis Woman. She has a good support ult. It makes everybody invincible and invisible, but at the same time, you can get killed by Magneto, and it lasts like 5 seconds. It's so short. It slows people when they enter the zone or leave it, or I think it's entering. I think I want to give this a B tier. It's you know, it's good, but it's not the best. You'll notice I only have 2 support ults in the S tier. I'm sure other people, I'm sure their S tier is filled up with support ults, but you know, this is my opinion, right? Like I said, I climbed up to Grandmaster 1. I almost hit Celestial last season. I'm gonna try and do that this season. And I climbed as a support, so I got to watch all of these things unfolding. And you know, if you disagree with any of these, like, you're wrong. And no, I'm just kidding. You can let me know in the comments what you think. You know, I'm always open to changing my opinion on some of these, right? Like, maybe I just didn't think of certain points, or maybe I was wrong about how they worked. But for the most part, I've been up to date on how these ultimates are like how they're set up in the game and when they got buffed or nerfed or whatever. So if you guys like the video, I would appreciate if you left a like and throw on that subscribe button if you want to see me do more tier lists. I also do some challenges and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you watching if you made it this far, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.